Good to see you all today, and hello. Let's begin with today's webinar on topic HRM4Baltics, HR and payroll processes across the Baltic countries. My name is Ulle, and I am an HR and payroll consultant at Digmatics Estonia. And together with me are Jaanis from Latvia and Skirmante from Lithuania today. Today's agenda is as follows. We will talk about the general information about the product, then positions and organizational structure, about recruitment and onboarding, also HR management, trainings, absences, time management, payroll in Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania and the differences. Also slightly about reporting across the Baltic countries. And in the end, the self-service portal. Now, more and more companies nowadays operate across several countries and across the Baltic states. It means the headquarters is in one country and the other companies are in the other countries. And therefore, it is also necessary that the employees' data can also be managed across countries and companies. And that's why HRM4Baltics is an ideal solution for such companies, as it is a unified software solution that enables harmonization of company processes across the Baltics. And it also ensures that the data throughout the group is comparable. Since human resource management, as well as working time management, payroll, accounting, and self-service portal are all closely interconnected, the best solution is integration, which means that you only need to insert the data once, and the entered data is visible and accessible to all the software users immediately. And we may say that HRM4Baltics is one of the most flexible HR and payroll software solutions in the Baltic states because it allows you to set up different types of remunerations, absences, and deduction types, and also to describe calculation logics to each of them. And as the solution is usable across the Baltics, it can be used in Estonian, Latvian, Lithuanian, and as well as in English. It is also very easily configurable. We can configure different user permissions, which define who can see which data, who can enter or delete the information. HRM4Baltics product includes an automatic setup. And it means that when we start implementing the country-specific settings, such as absence types, contract types, as well as country-based specific reports, setups, and calculation formulas are automatically added to each company. And it is making the implementation faster and easier. Now, let's move on to our demo database. We will open the base, and in a second, you will see our solution. Now, one of the first things that we agreed when creating the company is the company's structure. It means that who reports to whom, what are the positions, how many employees do we need, and this is all in order for the company to achieve its goals. I opened the structural setup, and in our solution we can set up the structure up to 6 management levels. And the structure can be set up 2 different ways. One is the date-based setup, which you can see at the moment. And the other one is a simple one without date. The date-based structure allows you to plan different structural units by date. To the structural units, plan how many employees you need on that position, and the date-based planning allows you to later view the outcome. Here you can see the structural units, the positions in the units, and also planned employees and how many active employees you have at the moment. So if you are changing the date, then you can on that specific date. And also the date-based structure allows you to see the vacancies. So this is the vacancies report, which gives you the overview how many employees you can recruit. So although you will add the professions to the structural units, then the professions are defined on different. It means that every profession card has a unique number, and this gives us the possibility to set up different default values on the profession card. For example, we can add dimension values here. We can add job description, link it to different salary groups or employee positions. Down here we have different statistical parameters, like if the profession is a white collar or blue collar. We can add company-based professional group codes here. And if the company is taking part in figure family reports, we also have the figure codes and levels set up. And of course, the professional risk types down here. And all this setup can be done company-based, so according to company's needs. So if we have set up the structure and the professions, then the next thing is we have to find the right employees into these positions. And for this, we have the recruitment solution that actually supports the HR specialists or manager in finding the new employees. And the recruitment functionality you can see down here. I have here 2 recruitment projects. It means that for every recruitment, a new recruitment project card is created. We can set up different recruitment types, subtypes, add different methods, and also questionnaires. Now, the question will help the responsible employees who will take part in the interviews to ask questions, and they can also add the notes there, and HR manager will later see the notes and the answers in the questionnaires. So if we scroll a little bit downwards, we can see here the candidates. So the candidates are added to every recruitment project card. The candidates cards can be created using our own company employees cards, or we can import the candidates information from CV Online. If we have found the new suitable employee, then create the employee card and start an on and offboarding process. The on and offboarding process we also have here in the solution, and it is also the part of our self-service portal as well as the Recruit. And in the on and offboarding onboarding functionalities, this enables us to describe different onboarding stages, onboarding tasks, and also responsible persons. For example, who must issue assets, who must prepare the employment contract, and what are, for example, the new tasks the employee has to complete during the probation. Here you can see the list of different tasks, and I am the one who is responsible for these tasks. As I said, this is part of the self-service portal as well as part. And now I will hand over to my colleague Janis, who will introduce you to HR management functionality in HRM4Baltics. Please, Janis, it's your turn.
Thank you, Ulle. I will take over and I will continue with HR management. In this part, I will briefly walk through the HR management functionality in HRM4Baltic, with a special focus on its most important elements. If I had to describe HR management in one sentence, I would say it is a place where all employees-related information is stored. Information is structured, connected with other modules in solution, and with full history. At the center of this approach is the employee card. It can be seen as digital profile of the employee. However, it is not just simple form with few fields. It is structured environment where all relevant HR and payroll data are stored, maintained, and connected. Everything starts with basic information. Here we maintain all key information such as name, surname, personal ID, and other essential details. Under dimensions, here we assign cost dimensions to employee, for example, department, project, or cost center. These dimensions are used for payroll posting and reporting, ensuring that all costs are allocated correctly. In HRM4Baltics, it is possible to configure up to 8 dimensions. This part defines how employee operates within the system. It includes manager relationships, payroll settings, working time, and absence configuration, as well as permissions and links to the Business Central if company use Business Central of financial system. Custom fields. This is a very flexible functionality that allows company to store additional employee information based on their specific needs. It is possible to create up to 99 custom fields as a free text and input as a drop-down list. Under address and contacts, we maintain the employee's address, email, and phone information. A current status section shows key employee information from other tabs. As you can see, the fields are gray. It means that data are maintained in other sections of employee card. And foreign section is used to maintain employee nationality, residency, and tax-related information. Next, we move to contract-related data, which is one of the most critical part as it is directly impacts salary calculation. In HRM4Baltic, everything starts with employment. Here we maintain key information such as the start date and end dates of employment, and only one employment record can be valid for a given period. Seniority is typically calculated from employment start date. However, it is possible to define a different seniority start date. This is especially important for group companies where employees may move between companies. If the employee is terminated, we select the ground of termination, which are used for reporting purposes. Additionally, we can define compensation details, such as agreed compensation amounts or numbers of months to be compensated. Under contracts, we maintain all contract-related data, including contract periods, working conditions, and structure. The system tracks all changes over the time and allows us to generate contract documentary directly in a Word format. Here is possibility also to create contract template, and what you can generate contract if all data are in place. Under salaries, we maintain the remuneration information like salary, recurring payments, and deductions as well. It is possible to set dates from and dates to, and set different dimensions as well. All the history is saved and can be reviewed in any time. Under Employee Bank, we store bank information for salary net amount transfers. Interesting that it's possible to save more than one bank account. Net salary can be split by types and by amount. As you can see here, bank account can be assigned to specific payroll account, in this case for third pension pillar payments. Salary net amount can be divided by percentage as well. As here we can show example, we can first 20% transfer to the first bank account, and the remaining amount we can transfer to the second bank account. And also we can divide by amounts. As example, we can first salary 200 euros transfer to the first IBAN bank account, and the remaining amount we can transfer to the main bank account. The skills subcard allows maintain employee skills and track competencies, qualification, and skills levels. Employee instructions. This section allows us to track employee instructions and training. Assets allow us to track all assets assigned to employees, including their status, location, and usage. Control. We can also manage asset return and clearance processes directly from here. Training provides all overview of employee training, including status, related skills, and training hours. I will go into more detail on this functionality later in the webinar. Health inspections allow us to track employee health certificates, including validity and next check dates, ensuring compliance and health and safety requirements. It is possible also to send notification to the employee about upcoming checkup dates. And it is possible also print out this health certificate card. Under personal info, we can also use other subcards like education. In this section, we are able to track employee education, including degrees, institutions, and study status. Vehicles allow us to manage employee usage and expenses related to vehicle. Documents allow us to store and manage employee documents, track their validity if needed. It is possible also to configure notification about document expiration dates. Occupational diseases allow us to track occupational diseases and related risk factors. And previous experience allow us to track the employee's previous work experience. And under contracts, children, here we maintain information about employees' children, which is important for correctly calculating additional vacation days. Related us to maintain people and companies related to employee for emergency needs. And insider card allow us to track insider employees, their status and related connections. Very important for finance and public regulated companies. Another important thing is a change log and view log. This section provides a full audit trail of all employees, ensuring transparency and compliance. Here we can see who made the changes, when and what kind of changes. What was the old value and what is a new value. Additionally, HRM4Baltics has solution for data purge, deletion according to GDPR rules when employee is terminated. Let's move straight away to training module. Just to say from the beginning, this is not just a list of courses. It is a tool to manage the full employee development process from planning to result. In simple, you to plan the training, assign employee, track the costs, link the data to other related cards, and analyze results. And everything in one system, no Excel files and no emails. And the important thing is that this solution is cross-company and cross-country. Means that in one and the same training course, we can include participants from other companies and countries as well. Each training course has its own card where we define name, area, budget, costs, training companies, hours, skills, levels, hours, and so on. And it is possible to manage directly in a training card participants. We can also create a questionnaire about this training and get some feedback from participants directly. Also possible to send notification and also take a look of questionnaire answers. Also, it's possible to add our own training feedback. It's possible to create directly skills related to this course. And it's possible to overview all participant skills in this area. It's possible also to post absences if there is such setup done before, because the training usually it's like away from working hours. It's possible also to create cost document, and if company use also Business Central or finance system, so it's very convenient. And it's possible also plan the training costs. That's all from my side. Please continue, Skirmante, with your next topic.
Yes, so my name is Skirmante. I am HRM4Baltics system consultant, and I am representing here Lithuanian part. I think we can continue with another system functionality, and this is the functionality that helps us calculate correct salaries, and that is absences. Here you can see the list of the absences that I have in my company right now. Absences, they can be created as country-specific or there are many different functionalities available, allowing you to create and adapt absence types based on your specific needs. For example, absences can be calculated in days, in working days, or in hours. So this gives you some kind of flexibility because some absences can only be taken as full days, while others can be taken in hours. Another functionality is the ability to create informational absences. This means that these absences do not stop working time, so it could be trainings or business travels. They are recorded for tracking purposes, but do not reduce working hours or deduct from salary. Each absence also have a balance setup. This helps you track how many days or hours an employee has available and ensures that employees do not exceed their allowed limits. This is also something that you can set up yourself. So we can take a look at this employee here. And we can see that this particular employee has the right to have 1 day of child leave, 7.05 days of annual leave, and 4 health days. And these balances can be seen as per particular date. So if I choose another date here, I can see that child leave and health days, the balance remain the same, but the annual leave has changed a little bit. The system can also provide some warnings. For example, if an absence is registered for a period where another absence already exists, the system will notify the user to avoid overlaps or errors. So let me give you an example. So here I received an error message saying that this employee already has an absence for 22nd of April. For those that are working with larger numbers of employees, it can be very useful to be able to plan vacations in advance. And here we have a functionality that is called holiday schedules. Let's take a look at this one. In this view, you can see all employees in one place. You can plan their vacations, and once the planning is completed, you can send the plan through an approval round. And when the holiday schedule is approved, holidays can be posted for further payroll calculations. Substituents can also be assigned if needed. You can assign one substituent for the entire absence period, or you can split the absence into multiple periods and assign different substituents accordingly. Just to give you an example. So here we have this whole period treated with two different people that will be substituting the person that is on holiday. Absences, including vacation, can also be registered in several ways. Requests can be made in the employee portal. Absences can be entered by the payroll specialist through the absence journal or can be added through the working schedule. And this brings us to the next topic, working schedules. This is a practical tool for managing and controlling working hours, shifts, and controlling workforce needs. It helps ensure that employee time is planned, structured, and aligned with payroll calculations. Let's first shifts. Here you can define the shifts that you need for your company, including the starting time of the shift, ending time, break duration. You can also choose different colors for different shifts, and they will be visible differently in the working schedule. Once shifts are defined, you can also create schedule templates if needed for your company. This functionality allows you to define repeating shift cycles for workforce planning. The repeating pattern can be set up for up to 60 days, as seen here. You can also, for example, define what happens if a public holiday falls on a planned working day. Either nothing changes or the public holiday is skipped and the template shifts by 1 day. Now we can take a look at the working schedules. All the different colors, different columns, lines that you see here, they can be configured based on your needs. You can include more detailed information as seen here, or you can also keep it simple and minimal as seen here. The employees that you see here can either be added to the working schedule manually, or they will appear automatically if they have a contract line with this working schedule number. Now let's calculate this schedule and see what happens. The working schedule is calculated for different employees who work a little bit different shifts and according to different working templates. Down below, you can see the number of employees that are opening or closing. Opening and closing times are also something that you can predefine and use for workforce management. Is calculated, you still have the ability to make adjustments manually. You can enter working time yourself, either by adding total hours or specifying from to time. So here we can see the amount of hours and choose any of those days and enter the amount of hours. And we can also switch to from 2 times and enter from 3 o'clock, let's say, until 8 o'clock in the evening. Absences can also be entered on the same view, making it quite easy to manage both working time and absences in one place. So let's say this employee here cannot work on this day, but has unpaid leave instead of the working time. So here we can see a little bit different color, and this absence is entered. But if needed, you can also limit the list of absences that can be added through the working schedule. And here, under the entries, we can also enter a lot more information, like night hours, holiday hours. It is also possible to enter quantities or pieces or a certain amount that will be paid. And now let's continue with other key functionality of our system, and that is payroll calculations.
Thank you, Skirmante. And I am the one who is presenting that part. Let's continue with the payroll part. I have opened the payroll calculation card, and the payroll functionality. In the payroll functionality, we use different payroll groups. You can see the list here. So it depends on what do you want to calculate. If it's a pay date, then we have the working time, wages, and absences group. Then we have the prepayment group. For prepayments, we can calculate severance pay in the middle of the month, sickness payments, or absences. So it all depends on what to calculate. So down here, you can see the employees lists. All the employees whose cards are not archived can be seen here, and we can calculate salary and additional pays. We can calculate for all the employees at the same time. Of course, we can also filter out the one to whom we want to calculate. At the moment, I'm taking only one employee to make it quicker. And I have already calculated March salary for Mary, and you can see the counting date was the last day of March. The payment day is in April, and these dates are also posted to general ledger with entries, and in the right part we have different periods. Payment period is used for taxes, accounting period is for average salaries, and the calculation period is the same as the pay slip period. And these are not posted to general ledger. When we calculate salary, then all the entries calculated on our payroll accounts, and you can see the list of entries here. We are calculating nominal working hours, worked calendar days, monthly salary, and actually if I'm opening the payroll account list, you can see that it's a quite big list, and it's very detailed. So when we are calculating, it's detailed information, and it also gives us the possibility to analyze the data later in a very detailed mode. In calculating, we have some differences regarding Estonian, Latvian, and Lithuanian calculations. So in Estonia, we have a setup where we have all the taxes tariffs. We also have the parameters which we are using for calculating pension fund and so on. But in Latvia and in Lithuania, some aspects are different. And that's why I'm now giving the stage back to Skirmante, and she will show you the Lithuanian differences.
Yes.
So please.
Yes, thank you. So when we are talking about the Lithuanian payroll, what is specific to Lithuanian payroll, what I could mention are Lithuanian specific state reports, and we have quite a few of those. They are available in our system and ensures compliance with local requirements. Here we have Sodra reports and VMI, GPM monthly and annual reports. Another Lithuanian specific feature, also Latvian specific feature, is advance payments that are calculated and paid out in net amount. Let's go to payroll calculations. Let me try opening it one more time. But yes, what we have in the Lithuanian part of the system here now it is open. Let's try to do some calculations. So we have a calculation group for advance payments, and let's say we are making the payment today. So we have today's date here, and let's do it for the employees working in this specific department. And now the calculation is done. It was that quick. Let's go to the journals, to the GL journal. This is here is the part where we can post entries to the general ledger and also create payment files. Let's get the payroll entries. And here you can see that 1,150 euros are ready to be posted to the general ledger and paid to these employees. Let's try to get back to the calculations. And we can take the same employees. And since it's the end of April, so let's say we are calculating April salaries that will be paid out on the 5th of May. Calculate again. Here we can choose the absences if we want to calculate them or not. And it was also calculated. Let's open the payslips. And here we have the payslip that was calculated for the April month. Here we can see the advance payment that was already the remaining amount that will be paid out to the employee on the 5th of May. So the way you see the payslip right now, this is also something that you can predefine yourself according to, you can choose to display employee and employer taxes separately by category as shown here, but you can also show them as one total amount. You can highlight certain fields in bold, the way you can see it, decide whether to show worked hours, worked days, nominal hours, absences, include contractual salary or other contractual benefits, and even add some free text if needed. So, thank you for listening to me, and I will now give it over to Jānis, who will present Latvian payroll.
Thank you, Skirmante. Let's continue with Latvian specific elements only, since the payroll calculation process is generally the same across the Baltic countries. Let's start with tax book information. The solution allows you to import XML files with the tax book information downloaded from the EDS system. This information can also be added manually via employee card. The data is one-to-one as it is in EDS system. We can see all necessary information about tax-free minimum amounts, dependents, and additional benefits for this disabled person. Here you can see, as an example, information with dependents and tax-free amount, also information about disability and tax-free. And for state reporting purposes, there is a separate place under employee card where is non-resident information can be maintained. Residence country, address, and registration number. The system also provides accurate claim calculation for bailiffs and alumni withholdings. This functionality also can be used for employee law. The solution provides all the important state reports, monthly report on income and calculated social tax and worked hours, or in Latvian it is darba devēja ziņojums, monthly report on income, paziņojums, also for terminated persons in such period. Also annual report, in Latvian gad. Also non-resident report and statistical report divi darbs. All these reports are possible to export in XML format to be uploaded to the EDS system. So, and we can also make an export to XML format. And statistical report divi darbs. Also we can generate, and it is PDF format. But hope in the near future it will be also in XML format, but can be uploaded in Statistical Bureau. That's all about Latvian specific.
So thank you, Jānis, and I will now continue with reporting, and I will share my screen. So, as I in the beginning told that if the company is operating across the Baltics, it is also needed that personnel data be seen across the companies. And for that reason, we also have over the companies lists. For example, we have the employees list, skills list, assets, education, and children's list. But in addition, have special overviews, and it's quite a big list of different views we have. And these overviews down here can also be seen over the companies. And let's open one overview. For example, let's take the employee. And I will take the active persons only. And here we can at the moment see the employees list of the company I am working at the moment. But up here we have companies, and with pressing that button we can generate a view of the employees from all the companies we have in the same database. And that will give us the opportunity to analyze the information here in one view. The overviews also have a special functionality, which is employee date. It means that if I enter here a date, then the overview is recalculated, and I can see the data here that was active on that specific date. For example, if we are taking James here, if James was on that date not senior seller but was someone else, then I can see this information in this list. It also gives us the possibility to see, for example, employments, probation periods, and terminated contracts chosen dates. Let's take, for example, employments. Let's choose a date. Let's see the year 2024 until the 5. Let's take that period, and let's see who came to work in that period. And in addition to the list, we also have here the analysis view. So I can see that in December 24 and in January 5, 2 employees were recruited. One was a man, and one was no value. So something in the data is missing. And under the overviews, one important overview is also the birthdays overview. Here we can see the age groups, the month of the birthday. Also, we can personalize our view and also see the seniority columns here. And it also has the possibility to calculate the information with a specific date. We can see also the anniversaries that end with 0 or ending with 5 and 0. Here we can see the anniversary date. So these are the possibilities to see the information across the companies. But the last topic we have today is the self-service portal. This functionality is also in our product, and it depends what functionality you need, but we have a lot of functionalities here. Employees can see the employees list. They cannot open the employees cards from here, but if I'm a manager, I can see my team information, and I can also open my team members cards from here. Then birthday information, we can see the absences from here, who is absent today and how long, when will he or she be coming back. Then, of course, holiday requests can be submitted from here. I have created already one holiday request. I want to take an annual leave, just a vacation. Then I have entered the dates here, and on the right side I can see that on the 27th of April I actually have also working hours in the working schedule. This part here is so-called verification box. where that kind of information is displayed. And I can also see my balance at the end of the year and at the end vacation ending date. Substitutes also can be added to the holiday request card, and if the request card is filled in, then I have to just submit the card and it goes on approvals. We have to set up different approvals or approving groups, different employees who need to approve my holiday request, and after it is approved, it is registered as a absence. We also have here the possibility to submit business trip requests or training requests, different expense reports, for example, regular, just a standard expense report where the employee can choose different cost types. For example, taxi costs, parking, or other expenses. They can add their files here, and after submitting the request, it is registered and can be paid out from the payroll part, or if you also have the financial part here, you can also create an invoice to a vendor, and the vendor is the employee. We also have the opportunity to create so-called special type expense reports. I have an example here as an eyeglasses compensation. We can set up different rules. For example, on this card, we can see that here is a text that only 150 euros compensated. So if I insert a bigger amount, only this 150 is compensated and paid out from me. Of course, we can set up also additional rules, like we are compensating only 50%. Submit only one that kind of expense report in a year or in a quarter. So different possibilities. Also, payslips can be sent here, and the approvals, they are in the self-service portal. So if someone is added to the approving groups, they should all have business center users, and all the approving tasks come here into the group, my approvals, from where the approver can approve and the task, and then the task is completed by him. So this was a quick overview of our solution. And I have a question also that someone wants to know if he or she has 3 companies in 3 Baltic countries and can calculate all salaries at the same time, or it has to be done in every company separately? Yes, if you have 3 companies, all in different countries, then the payroll calculation should be done separately. But later you can see the information, the employees' information in one view. And also we have analysis views. And in these analysis views, you can also see the calculated data in one view. But the calculation is separate, and also the reports, whether it's a Latvian, Lithuania, or Estonian report, all the reports are country-based and company-based. So you cannot do a report across the companies and countries. So thank you for listening. If you have more questions, then please don't hesitate to contact us. You can see our contact information here on the screen, whether you want to ask about Estonia, Latvian or Lithuanian part. So just write and send us your questions. And have a nice day.